Talk TV just released a trailer for the first episode of Piers Morgan's show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. Whatever, don't care too much about that. But apparently he had a sit-down interview with Donald Trump. Didn't end well because he touched on something that Trump is very touchy about. Let's watch.
Okay, Piers, I'm ready.
A former president in denial.
I'll be completely straight with you to your face.
I think I'm a very honest man. Much more honest than you, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a free and fair election. You lost.
Only a fool would think
You
that.
think I'm a fool?
I do now, yeah.
With respect.
Excuse me.
Okay, but with respect,
The
you have to
legislature-
produce the hard evidence.
Excuse me.
The most explosive interview of the year.
I don't think you're real. It's
I realize
just
I'm not like-
very
I just
dishonest.
have-
Let's finish up the interview.
Morgan versus
Turn the
Trump.
camera off. Very dishonest.
What the hell is going on?
So apparently Piers Morgan asked him about the 2020 election, and nothing triggers Trump more than the fact that he lost the general election. He won't accept it, it's all he wants to talk about. And look, this is what I got out of that interview, that honestly promo for the interview. I remember a few months back, Trump supporters were like circulating this like heavily photoshopped image of Trump, and they're like, oh, he's looking svelte. He's been taking care of
Getting in
himself.
fighting shape. He's gonna be ready for the next one.
He's looking good. He's looking real good. He does not look good.
Yeah.
Okay, he has not been working out. And by the way, it was so obvious that that photo was Photoshopped because the books behind him were all distorted. It was like worse Photoshop than what you would see on a Kardashian Instagram account. Okay?
No, it's like the grapes of wrath, as if he'd read. So first of all, my favorite person in the world now is the person who cut that trailer because like you ain't doing him no favors. Stop zooming in farther. I don't need any more detail.
Oh my God.
It's like a topographical map of a rock. I don't need more clarity on his face divots.
Oh my
It
God.
looks like someone left like the peel of an orange on the surface of Mars, and then they came back 6 months later. He looks like hell.
He does not look good.
I mean, he makes Piers Morgan look like vital and youthful and everything, and that is maybe the greatest accomplishment of Trump's entire life.
You know, I don't know, maybe Piers Morgan, like he's maybe like he doesn't have the resources. It's kind of like TYT, like we don't have a makeup person. But if they do have a makeup person, they really did do Trump dirty. Like powder that guy's face. Like
He is the dampest man.
The dewy look might be in here among the ladies in America, but
No, he looks.
that is a greasy face. Like, anyway, all right, let's actually talk about the subject matter here, the very important subject matter. Trump gets triggered by the truth.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan is terrible. I have no love for him whatsoever. But I do like that he confronted him about the election lies. I mean, I would have liked to see a little more context. So what was the line of questioning? I guess we'll find out later.
No.
Or maybe we won't.
No, don't. First of all, this is all PR. Look, I can be proven wrong. It's Trump and it's Piers Morgan. These are two people who are known to only think about promoting themselves. Everything they say and do is based around that. Are we 100% sure that they didn't cook this up? Or that at least Piers didn't cook it up?
No, we're not 100% sure. And you're right. I mean,
but all of that is designed to get you to watch. I got news for you. That is by far the only interesting part of the interview. Whatever Trump says is just gonna be the same thing you've heard. So enjoy that trailer, do not watch the show.
I agree with you, and you know who else agrees with you? Our wonderful producer, Taylor Ellis, who produced this very story. And in my notes, he specifically writes, progressives and Democrats don't want to watch this show because Piers Morgan is a scumbag. He's accurate about that. And then he writes, don't believe us? Just take a look at the comment section of the trailer. One person says, I don't blame Donald Trump. I would have done the exact same in his shoes. Let's read a few more comments. This one from William Hoddock, who says, while never a fan of Trump the man, he was exactly the man who the US needed to let those who have eyes to see and ears to hear the depth of the swamp.
That's a poet.
He is the swamp, homeboy. William, I love you. I'll put my arm around you. Let's have a talk, okay? Donald Trump is the top swamp monster.
Yeah.
All he did was use his position of power to rob American taxpayers and funnel money to his failing businesses. That's all he did. He cut taxes for the rich, who consist of individuals who love to they're on their backs floating in the swamp. They can't get enough of the swamp. They are the swamp.
He cut the swamp's tax rate. That's what he did.
That's exactly what he did. William.
I love while not a fan of Trump the man, I do think he was sent down by Jesus himself to end a conspiracy that has been wrought since ancient times. No, whatever else you are, you're a fan of Trump the man. By the way, you said you wanted to focus on substance, so let's focus on substance. The substance of Donald Trump is so damp. Why is he so damp? How long was that interview going on? Why is he getting darker orangey brown with every passing month? That is the most grizzled.
Studio lights can make you real hot. Okay.
I would have in my rider, you gotta use a wide lens on me. That's what I would say. Nothing more, like 18, like that's the millimeters. Nothing tighter than that.
I love how your idea of let's get back to the substance is to keep talking about how bad he looks.
It's the best part.
Right. Scuba Dave also commented on this video saying, well, if Morgan thinks that fleas a fair election, he most certainly is a bloody fool, won't be watching, and I'm unsubscribing.
Maybe it was a fair election and it autocorrected to fleas.
Oh, maybe, sure. So yeah, look, Piers Morgan had a weird obsession with Meghan Markle and was constantly and still is harassing her. He's a weirdo. I'm not a fan of his. Certainly have my issues with Donald Trump, and it goes beyond how terrible he looks. He was a terrible president. He didn't do anything to better the lives of ordinary people who were fooled and suckered into thinking he understood their economic frustrations. And what he did in dividing this country and really exploiting those divisions for his own political means, we need a leader that actually speaks to the very real issues that Americans are facing today. Trump ain't the one to do it. I'll be honest, I haven't seen much from the Biden administration in that regard, but at least Biden's not exploiting those divisions to further his political career. And the NLRB under Biden has actually been pretty great, so I like that as well. But we'll see what happens with this interview. We're probably not gonna be talking about it other than this one promo. I mean, unless something really outlandish happens, right? Sorry.
Get that man a towel.
I know.
Rag, something.
He's very sweaty. Sweaty boy.